Welcome back, everybody, to The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword.
It's temple time! Ooh,
Indeed, but first, we actually need to get in said temple.
Huh, that's an interesting version of those diamond thing bobbers. Bullshit.
They're called switches.
Yes.
Idiot.
It's not nearly as cool sounding. Ooh, ominous.
But it's less dumb sounding.
He gets pushed in.
No.
They do like to juxtapose those ominous instances with comic relief.
And here we are, Skyview Temple.
Ooh. This seems reminiscent of the Earth Temple from Wind Waker.
Would that be? Was that the first temple of the game, or?
No, it was one of the last temples, I think.
So it's completely the opposite of what I'm doing right now.
Yes,
Ow.
but it had this dark forest type thing.
Evil forebodingness.
Yeah. Does this one have ghosts?
No.
No, it's nothing like the Earth Temple.
Nothing like the forest temple from fucking Ocarina of Time.
Yeah. Which is a palace, which...
You're still never going to get over fucking twisty hallways in the fucking forest temple in Ocarina of Time.
Okay, so Hyrule Craft finished the freaking forest temple of Ocarina of Time. Holy shit, it is huge! Oh wow, they actually have you taking down spider webs with your sword as opposed to burning them, because, you know, newsflash, spider webs don't really burn all that well.
I think they learned that. It's like, oh, we can't actually have that as a viable way to get rid of these goddamn things. See, Link here is axe crazy, except he has a sword.
Sword crazy.
Pretty much, yeah.
If this were a Fire Emblem game, he would be axe crazy.
Yeah, definitely. It would help if I had my fucking shield equipped. You may have noticed that my rupees did drop from like 50 to, I believe it was at 10 at the beginning of this video. Before I recorded this, as I went back into the sky and repaired my shield and got a revitalizing potion, so I'm prepared for this dungeon. Okay, we have our little puzzle with the eye. What you do?
Follows your sword around.
Yep. It's like, okay, the first time you play this, you're trying to think of how the heck you're gonna solve this puzzle. It turns out to be the most fun thing you could possibly do is how you solve the puzzle.
Really?
Yeah.
No,
Because the eye will only open if you have your sword out.
So, its mechanics are similar to that of those eye things from Super Mario 64.
It's been so long since I fucking played that I...
Lethal Lava Land? The one over the teleporter?
Oh, yeah. Except totally not.
I love how we're such nerds that we got that. Oh, childhood.
Okay, there's going to be a couple more switches in this room. I'm going to hit the one down here first. Both of these switches will open doors at the sides here. We're not going to be explaining terribly too much about this first dungeon because it is fairly simple. I mean, in this playthrough, it is only 2 videos.
How linear are the dungeons in this game?
I can't really give my fair say on how linear the dungeons are because I've only done 2 of them.
Well, how linear was this one?
This was a pretty basic dungeon, as you would expect, as it is the first dungeon in the game.
Hammer! Did he just try and stab you with a hammer?
No, he tried to swing me with the fucking hammer.
Oh.
So as is going to become evident later with the slingshot, if you're going to try and hit something from a far distance away, you're going to have to aim a little higher up because gravity is going to take an effect on the shot, which makes sense.
Yep.
Now, there's a couple of ways I could have gone about doing hitting that switch. I could have landed on the platform in between the Skulltulas, but I was like, fuck that.
Take the badass way.
Yeah, and I kind of cocked it up. So let's just pretend I actually did it right. And no, you do not need to hit the switches with with your slingshot. You can just hit it with anything, even your sword.
Because I think in an earlier game they had switches that you could only hit with projectiles.
Yep.
So it was like
the eye switches in Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask immediately spring to mind.
Yeah, and I'm talking like the classic diamond switches.
Well, Link to the Past.
Yeah.
And the diamond switches, yeah, those were also in Ocarina of Time.
Yep, those weren't in Wind Waker, but I think you could hit them with your sword. You could hit there was one notable one that you had to hit with a seagull.
There was one in the Fire Temple of Ocarina of Time that, to actually do it properly, you had to hit it with a bomb.
Oh.
Okay, here is both of our new favorite feature in this game. We have the dungeon map, and the map in this game combines from the previous games the map and the compass.
Oh, thank God. I mean, yes, the map and compass were kind of neat with the 2D games, but it doesn't really work very well with these.
Did you say, like, it stopped adding to the challenge at Link to the Past?
Yeah.
I meant to actually land on the platform, but this is just as good. I mean, it's not like it's that much of a pain in the ass to actually get back up.
No.
Now, it might be more of a pain in the ass if we were actually playing Twilight Princess, and I totally missed that shot.
Take like 5 fucking minutes just to climb those 4 feet of vines.
Speedrunners are like, fuck this.
Yeah, I'm never climbing vines if I can help it.
No, that's actually that. What would be funny if that's actually a strat? Avoiding vines.
Oh, can you get caught? You can get caught in the web, can't you?
Yes. I don't think that directly damages you, but if there are enemies in the area, you're kind of fucked.
Oh, geez, Skulltula?
Yes, Skulltulas.
Oh, that seems like a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Mini Skulltulas.
Yep. Which I'm gonna have to climb back up here in order to get another chance. I'm gonna have to kill all of these things. Just to be on the precautionary side. So one doesn't sneak up and knock me off the fucking vine.
So can you Z-target with projectile weapons in this game?
Yes, you can.
Oh, thank God.
Though I don't think I actually do that all that often in at least the first dungeon. Because I really don't need to. Anyway, the way you defeat these, the Skulltulas when they are hanging off of a web thread is to do a horizontal slash to expose the weak point, at which point you do 2 forward stabs and it will kill it.
You expose the weak point to attack for massive damage. Ah, TV tropes.
No. I was trying to avoid that.
I know, I picked up on that. I'm like, God damn it, I gotta ruin this.
Ow.
Oh, man.
It's
awkward.
It's kind of tricky to actually precisely do that forward stab, at least when you first play this game. You know what's funny about this, and this is going to be spoilers for the rest of this part and part 9. I got all prepared and shit, and my shield took 0 damage.
Really?
Meanwhile, I get my ass kicked.
Oh well.
It's like, well, fuck.
Could be worse. I could be playing.
Well, if you were the one playing, we would most definitely never finish this playthrough.
It'd be like 2 years before we got back to it.
Now you finally get your recording software, and it inevitably breaks within like the first 15 minutes of use.
The computer combusts. So why are we raising the water levels? Oh god, raising the water levels.
So that we can actually have access to the rest of the temple.
Fucking flashbacks, man.
There is only raising of the water levels in this dungeon. There is no lowering of it.
Oh, thank god. Well, let's get this gimmick out of the way because we know the fans will hate it.
Rupees. Why are you giving me rupees? I need health, goddammit! Thank you. Yeah, I kind of like having full health if I can help it. Okay, up here is a little place where if you cut through, this actually takes you back to the first area, and you can actually climb through it and get to here. So if for some reason you need to like transport out of the dungeon and you reach this point, if you cut those that are blocking the I guess it's sort of like a vent, but you can actually just go through that and easily get back to where you were. If you
Vents, this isn't Half-Life.
I know, but I couldn't think of a better word.
It still works. It's awesome.
I know it's not Half-Life, but fuck it.
Who cares?
Alright, another one of these things. Let's see if I fare better against this one. The answer to that is of course.
That's good. Ooh,
Not just one, two.
Oh, well now it's bifocal.
Yes, I see what you did there. Yep, now we're gonna have to get both the eyes at the same time in order to unlock this.
They just drop.
Yeah, pretty much. And in here, we have ourselves our first small key. Now, much like Twilight Princess, there at least in the part that I have played, there is no situation where you have more than one small key at a time.
Makes sense.
Which doesn't matter anyway, because this small key is meant for that door up ahead. Alright, what awaits? We have this rather large room.
Mini-boss?
Not yet!
Sub-boss?
Mini-boss is coming. But not just
Dude,
yet.
This is really neatly
Yeah.
designed. It's all stylized, and it definitely has that Zelda feel.
Alright, what have we got in here? We're definitely not being led into a trap. Now, speak of the devil.
Oh, dude. Stalfos?
Motherfucking Stalfos.
So they're actually decent enemies.
Yes.
In this. Just like Wind Waker.
Okay, the way to do this is you can get a couple cheap shots in, but the more effective strategy is to just use your shield bash when they attack and then counter with it. And as you progress through this mini boss, he continues to lose I think vertebrae or something.
Yeah. I've noticed that the enemies hold their block with their weapons in certain angles. Are you allowed to attack into those angles?
You can attack where the enemies do not have their weapons blocking.
Like, if they have their weapons blocking vertically, you attack vertically, or horizontally, you attack horizontally, because they can block the vice versa.
And here we have the beetle, which is the first dungeon item of the game. It basically flies around. It can cut things that are high up.
So it's not the boomerang?
It's not the boomerang, but it kind of sort of acts like the boomerang.
That's what I got from the trailers. That it would be this game's version of the boomerang.
So basically, you set the thing and then you launch it.
So what's that? What's the range on this?
It depends if you're trying to if you're throwing it like straight versus throwing it upwards. It'll last longer if it's going straight than if it's going up, which would make sense.
I see. Yeah.
I think you're actually going to see that in a minute. After we destroy some mooks.
Damn, Keys, he was trying to sneak.
This isn't Skyrim. This is a much more epic adventure than Skyrim.
Yeah, but does it have 120 hours in side quests?
It has side quests, so I don't know about 120 hours.
That seems like too much when I say
Ooh,
out loud, doesn't it?
A heart piece. What do we do for this heart piece? And this is what I was talking about earlier. It can go for quite a while if you throw it straight, but if you throw it up, like this, it's already running out of juice. Good thing there is just enough juice to get up there and hit that switch.
Heart.
And that is heart piece number 2.
Huzzah! Oh, I love this music. It's just so ominous, yet epic.
Yep.
Zelda-ish.
Zelda-ish, of course. Okay, there is a switch in here. Yes, you can kill the
Nice.
Deku Babas with the beetle. We will see some more of that, actually, in Part 9. So, we'll see you then.